20 plus build ideas for survival Minecraft. I'll be showing you a wide range of ideas for you to use as inspiration while playing Minecraft. Downloads available on my Patreon, both for Java and Bedrock. Now, to start our countdown, we have idea number 20, which is horse stables. Look, we all know you're not going to spend a lot of time traveling by horse, so why not make them a nice little area since you're just going to ignore them anyway? It might even make you feel less guilty about it. And you don't really need to make anything crazy, right? I mean, look, it has a pretty basic interior. You just need some water and food to feed them. Plus, if you're feeling brave enough, you can even add a small attic to it and store, guess what? More food and water. Yeah, that's crazy. That's wild, isn't it? In the back, I also added this training ground, yeah, where you can ride your horse around and just I'm not really sure what you do there, but it looks good, and that's the important part, right? And it's so easy to make. It's essentially just spruce fences and stripped spruce, right? Oh, and you also have a path, but whatever, you know. My point is, it's very easy to make, it's functional, and it looks pretty good, so, you know, do it. Anyway, moving on. We still have a ton more to go. And number 19 is an underground market. Yeah, that's right. Now, let's be honest, you don't need an underground market, but I think it looks really cool. I mean, think of all of the crazy details you can actually add, like, for example, this sewer passage right here, right? Why not make several underground builds and then connect all of them with sewers? But anyway, in an underground market, you need market stalls. I know, wild, right? And obviously, don't forget to place the villagers because that's what makes it functional, but make sure that the whole area is well lit before you do that, all right? Now, to get out, I made this long staircase up to the surface, but you can always add a secret entrance or bubble elevator or whatever. Other details like crates and piles of ores are also pretty nice, and over here, I try to add some sort of impromptu forge or something, I don't know. And also another market stall, because you can never have too many market stalls on an underground market, all right? So, yeah, there are a lot of nice details that you can add on an underground build, and I hope you got inspiration from all of these. Okay, moving on. Up next, we have number 18, which is a dirt house. Okay, so maybe you haven't even started your world yet, right? And in that case, why not and try to make a dirt starter house? Just because it's dirt, it doesn't mean that it has to look bad, right? This design gives you plenty of space, plus the materials are, dare I say, pretty easy to get early game. I even have a tutorial on my channel on how to build this design step by step. So yeah, a dirt house is good, but you know what's better than the dirt house? It's idea number 17, a dirt village. That's right, why not grab the dirt hut and make it even bigger? Look at this, it's like a giant dirt hut with a dirt hut on top and then a tree on the side because it looks good. I don't know. Anyway, the interiors on this house, it's basically a dirt mansion, all right? And you can have plants everywhere since the floor is also made out of dirt. It's great. Now, if you're brave enough, you can also add other small features like this waterfall right here. You can also carve the mountains and make paths. Another easy, functional decoration you can do is crop fields that will always look good. And some of these houses, they don't have to be a house. They can be like, for example, a restaurant, right? Just try and be creative and think of different things that you can add throughout your village to make it feel more lived in. I think that's the expression. It doesn't really matter. Just make it dirty. Anyway, moving on. Now, idea number 16 is an island resort. Have you ever tried building on a small island? Well, if you haven't, now is the perfect opportunity.
Hey. That's I don't know what to say. Hey, Dio.
Hi, I was going to mention that we built this together. So
Yeah, because I was just kind of listening and I didn't really hear any like mention.
Yeah, well, why don't you maybe perhaps show us around?
Okay, yeah, so you want me to do all the work for you?
Yeah, basically, yeah. Yeah, would you mind?
Here we have a lovely island resort. One of my favorite features is probably this rock pool. It's kind of cool.
It looks quite refreshing, yeah, for the tourists to take a bath in. Yeah.
Do we not supply bathrooms in here? To be fair, we actually don't. We'll just sit. I guess they've got the sea as well if they want.
Yeah, that will clean them up.
These window details are very cool. Very useful if you've got a flat roof or a plain roof. And we've also got another one around the corner here.
Oh, we do, yeah. I love how Maxon surprised. Yeah, oh, we have a window here.
And of course, we have a chimney as well. If you've got a flat house, a flat roof, chuck a chimney, chuck a dormer window, then you're sorted.
There you go, everyone. Life tips by Gorillo. Highland Resort. Okay, so do you want to talk about the interior before we go in?
Yeah, of course. So obviously, this wasn't actually made by us, this interior.
It wasn't?
We can't actually claim credit for this one.
Yeah.
Big shout outs to Clay Design.
Yep, I'll leave her stuff in the description of it, alright? Don't worry, everyone.
Okay, let's head on inside. Let's see what we've got here.
Oh, that's the reception desk, right?
course, there's some access around the back.
It's one of my favorite sections, not gonna lie. All right, so what do we have upstairs?
There's a nice little seating area here with some tables.
I love sitting in Minecraft. Anyhow, and right here, guess what? We have rooms in a hotel.
That's wild, that. Oh, even more in here.
And on this section right here, we have, guess what? More rooms.
Whoa, you'd have never guessed that.
Yeah, in a resort? What do you mean? There are rooms.
Hang on. What do you reckon's in these? Oh, more beds. Wow. So, guys, if you're interested in this design, you can, I believe, you've got this on your Patreon, right?
Yeah, it is on my Patreon, yeah. Thank you for not forcibly saying that. Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you for the tour.
No worries, you're very welcome.
Moving on, are you up for a challenge? Deserts are one of the most neglected biomes in the game, so try and make an outpost/base for whenever you need to go there for, I don't know, gathering sand or something, whatever. Me and Lizer made this pretty cool looking western house, mainly out of acacia and spruce wood. So, you know, if you have a lot of those orange looking blocks rotting away in your storage, this might be a good use for them. You can also add a path and a wagon for those western vibes, right? And of course, you need a place for your horse. That's right, because, you know, cowboys and all of that crap. And with the new update to the deserts coming soon, why not give it a try and make a whole village with a saloon, or a jail, or even a water farm thingy, I don't even know, whatever. My main point is get out of your comfort zone and explore new biomes like the deserts. Okay, moving on. Build idea number 14 is a creeper portal. Yeah, that's right. Why do we usually stick with the default portal? It's boring, right? So let's change it up. This nice ruined structure made out of basically stone and leaf blocks is very easy to make. And what is that? Oh, that's right, a TNT block for the eye of the creeper, because, I don't know, I like to leave on the edge or something. It looks really good, right? And that's not all. To get to the portal, you have to do some light parkour. Look at that. Win-win. Now, what if this is not really your style? Well, in that case, here, have a mushroom portal, right? It will fit perfectly in a more fantasy-like base area or even, you know, a dark oak forest. I made this design by using birch and wall blocks, which are also fairly easy to get. And honestly, I encourage you to try your own different nether portal design. Just because you need to go to the nether, it doesn't mean that your nether portal has to look boring. And speaking of fantasy builds, our next idea, number 12, is a fantasy base. Yeah, this design is quite simple, but still quite nice. If you want to make a fantasy style house, my first advice would be to use more vibrant and contrast blocks like the blue ones on the roof and the whites on the walls. Certain features like this staircase can also add a lot to the whole fantasy vibe, and it's quite an easy feature to make. A nice porch might help as well, and of course, you need an interior. Here at the entrance of the house you have a mudroom, right? Right next to that you have a kitchen with some storage, and I even made a portal room at the bottom of the tower, which I think it makes sense, but you know what makes even more sense? To have an enchanting room at the top floor of the It's actually not the top, it doesn't matter. So, if you're going for a fantasy base, start by trying something simple like this, and then you can, you know, advance to more complex shapes and color palettes. Moving on, let's go. Idea number 11 is an industrial build, okay? Now, let's start with the giant barrel part, right? You obviously don't need to make that. Of course, since it's a brewery, I obviously had to add a nether wart farm on the side for, you know, brewing purposes, but certain features like chimneys and brick walls are all you need to get started with your industrial builds. Now, inside, I also added a ton of details, and this section right here is a sort of store area where you can, you know, sell all the different types of potions that you make. While over here, you have your production area, I guess, with, you know, nether warts and brewing stand. You also have like a ton of barrels everywhere because you know, brewery, I guess. Oh, and this part right here, right? I added a fun little parkour section on the side of the build that leads you to the roof and allows you to access this sort of like secret section underneath the barrel that you can climb to, and you can build whatever you want here. But, you know, I was too lazy, so. If you have easy access to bricks and terracotta, this is definitely a style you should try. Moving on, idea number 10, and we have a greenhouse. That's right. Now, listen up. I know we're all very used to having our crops just spread outside our houses, but this build is the perfect way of upgrading your base area.
Hello?
And
Hello?
hi. Hey.
Theo,
so,
what are you doing here?
Shara, yeah, you've been living here
I'm
for the
farming.
past. You know what? Give us a tour of our build. We built this together.
Yeah,
so.
together. So
Yeah.
Theo, it's my build. Okay, my build. And here are my farms. Okay, nice
Okay.
with lightning. Here are some wheats, carrots, and here, very conveniently, you come in and there is more farms. Okay, even more farms. You thought that's it? No, I don't remember how we get there, but on the top floor.
There's a ladder right here.
Oh, damn, genius.
This is
thing.
your build, remember? There's a
I
ladder
think I
right
made
here.
it. Yeah. But here we have a water lake. I mean, why not a pond? Totally makes
Yeah.
sense.
I mean, it makes sense. A greenhouse with a pond, yeah.
it's fun. And here we have pumpkins. And here we have an attic.
Greenhouse attic. Add your style here. Hope you like it.
Oh, I wonder who did that. Sounds
Yeah.
like something you would write.
No, it totally doesn't sound like something I would do if I didn't feel like decorating a whole section of a build. No, it does not sound like that.
Deal. And outside we have this picnic table. Imagine having like a picnic here together. We can invite all our friends.
Aww. Oh, and on the other side, I'm showing your build to you, okay?
Okay.
On the other side of the greenhouse, we have beehives.
Aww. They even have honey. What the hell? So cute.
Okay, so we have another build, and I was thinking that maybe we could just...
Another one?
I love you're like, another one? We made another build?
What?
When? I'll come back to you later, and we can show them together.
Okay. I'll see you there.
Anyway, are you tired of all the normal boring builds? Why not try something more interesting? I present to you an apple village. In this wonderful village, your house is an apple. Your automatic farms are an apple. And your nether portal is, guess what? That's right, it's an apple. Yeah, this right here is not a normal tree, it's an apple tree. Yeah, and these are just market stalls. But they are red, so, potato, potato. Apples! I made this whole village on my last Let's Play series / 1000 Days movie, and I think it's a good example of how sometimes something so silly as an apple house can actually sprout into something fun and unique. So try and make something weird and, see where it leads you. And in my case, it led me to not only this apple village, but also a sheep temple. Yeah, it's a bit random, but I just showed you an apple village, so are you really that surprised? Anyway, if you go inside the area through this way, alright, you will see the perfect habitat for all of these sheep. And that this was built with the super efficient and trustworthy method of, essentially placing a crap load of berries and covering them up with carpet so, no mobs can actually cross it. It's a pretty genius technique, if I may say so myself. I personally really like the ruins surrounding the center of the temple, which has some sort of like donation chest and a water feature, because it's a sheep temple. You're not actually expecting this to make sense, are you? Anyway, all of this to say, try and make weird stuff, alright? Because at the end of the day, that's what will make your world feel unique. Moving on to idea number 7, and we have a cobblestone keep. Okay, now, have you ever spent hours mining for stuff and ores and whatever, and then open your chests and you realize that they are filled with cobblestone, and like, what the heck do I do with this? Well, if you don't use it for a sheep temple, if you don't use it for a sheep temple, why not a keep? Now, you can put it right next to a river, alright, and then put some sort of arch on top of it, because I don't know, it just looks good. But the structure itself, it doesn't have to be anything huge. You can have a cozy keep, like, look at this interior. It has everything you might want in this sort of structure. And I was just talking about mining, right? You can make this right next to some sort of mine shaft and make this place your second home. Oh yeah, and you see these roofs right here? Yeah? I decided to use that space as storage rooms, which I think it's a nice little detail. But you know what? Maybe that's not your vibe. Maybe you just want to live in the middle of nature, in a huge mansion. And in that case, let me suggest idea number 6, a country manor. That's right. Now, here's why I want to show you this build, okay? It's not just about the house, it's about the exterior. For example, this pool. And right in front of the house, we have these flower gardens, which really complement the build. Now, we cannot deny that this house does look good, obviously, but sometimes the surroundings are just as important as the build itself. I mean, for example, look at these cypress trees, right? They really do tie everything together. Oh, and of course, the interior is also done, right? Just because you're making something big, it doesn't mean that it can't be functional. Like, for example, on this side of the house, we have the enchanting and the brewing area, right? And then right next to it, we have the library, because I don't know, I just really like it. Plus the storage area. I mean, is it even a Minecraft house if it doesn't have storage? Now, if we go this way, alright, if we use the back door, we will have instant access not only to the pool area that I showed you before, but also a flower garden with a lot of benches and raised crop beds, or whatever it's called, with a well, right? It looks so good. Yeah, but maybe this is not naturey enough for you, right? And in that case, I have this organic house that I built with this guy over here.
Hey, hi, Mr. Dio.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, Dio
There
Rods.
Yeah.
I'm your biggest fan, Dio.
You are?
I'm your biggest fan.
Prove it.
I'm your biggest fan. I was watching your Taiga video tutorial when I first started playing Minecraft.
If that was your starting point, then I'm even more impressed. Anyway, I was wondering if you would like to show us around, and maybe you can start by talking on how we actually made this roof.
Yeah, I don't even remember how we did this this roof. I don't even remember. I tried to do something basic.
Oh yeah, this is
more easier.
Basic.
But then it didn't kind of work, right?
No, this is basic. What do you mean? Like,
it didn't work out.
These sort of like entrance is very common for hobbit holes, but you don't see it somewhere else. And it's kind of fun that we grab that sort of concept and put it here.
Yeah, maybe it's the master of the hobbits.
Yeah. It's the town hall.
I don't think we named that build correctly.
Yeah, but that's not all, right? We have the windows, we have like this huge hanging lantern on the side, we have small mushrooms around the build, and huge mushrooms on the roof that I don't even know how they look so good.
Creates contrast. Because, Dio, if you know about color theory, I think you do. Red and green is a complementary color, so that's why it works so well.
And we did that on stream, right?
Yeah, we did while you were streaming.
Yeah, we did that on stream because of the interior. Yes, I remember.
Oh yeah, so if we go this way, right? We walk straight into the kitchen, right? Which I made.
Yeah.
And that was literally the only part of the interior that I made.
Yeah. And then I wanted to do some, but then it was all done.
Yeah. A lot of people who were watching your stream, they just...
Yeah, all the viewers did it.
There are a bunch of gremlins.
Yeah.
Like, I was so excited. We built for like 6 hours. And I was so excited. I was like full energized, not tired at all. And I'm like, let's go design the interior now. And it was all done. I was so mad.
Yeah, they hate watch your stream because...
Yeah, exactly. They wanted the stream to end even faster. So they're like, let's go do the interior. And then Grayson can stop blabbing and then we can go and live our life. All right.
Very well.
All right.
Thank you so much for the tour. All right. And I'll see you... Stay there. I'll see you later. Stay there. I'll see you later.
The door on me?
Yeah. Bye. Anyway, my next idea is a forever base. Now here's the thing, right? I've shown you an idea for a starter house, but if you built your forever house in your forever world, why not give it a go and build a house that has literally everything you might need? I built this with Ataj, and for example, this is a kitchen. Look at how detailed this kitchen is. It even has a pantry right here. Look at that. But anyway, the whole reason we built this was because we loved the idea of having these walls surrounding it, with a fountain right here, and there's a lot of other ideas you might want to take inspiration from, like for example, this cutting wood area right here, where you can, where you have this stump with an axe, and well, it's for cutting wood, so you know. You can also have vines going around the walls, a cart right next to the road, and a lot of other details that we put throughout the build. I mean, look at the back of this build. It looks pretty good, not gonna lie. So the main idea is to try and make something that you know that in like, I don't know, a few years, you'll look back and be like, this is kind of cool, not gonna lie. I mean, look at this. This one even has a tower. And you know what? Maybe you just want a tower. You know, and in that case, this idea is perfect for you. Yeah, that's right, a tower base. And here's the thing, right? Personally, I've always loved building towers ever since I started playing Minecraft. I think what I like the most about them is the idea of having several floors, each one of them having its own purpose. Now, as you may have noticed, this tower has some sort of like cabin attached to it on the side, and I think it complements the build so well. It makes it make more sense, you know, because no one would just build a tower in the middle of nowhere, and it also adds more texture and color to the build. And by the way, I decorated the whole thing in case you want to download it on my Patreon, so yeah. Another build that is quite easy to make, and it's in the same style as this one, is a log cabin. I really like the idea of having this sort of build in the middle of the forest as some sort of outpost that you use to collect wood. And not gonna lie, this porch is my favorite feature of this entire house. The main idea for this build was that I was going to only use wood, not only for the exterior, but also the interior. Of course, I also added other blocks such as banners and pots, but if you look around, most of the blocks you'll see are either oak or spruce. Oh, and of course I needed a chimney, because it's a log cabin, right? You need a chimney in a log cabin. Now, regarding the roof, if you don't want to use deep slate, you can use dark oak. And you might be wondering, will that look good? Well, wonder no more. Here, see? It doesn't look as good as deep slate, so just use deep slate. So yeah, this will not only look good, but it will also be useful as some sort of, well, I guess it could be a starter house, I don't know. And look at that, we're almost at the end of the list. Now, my last idea is more of a concept than the build itself, and that is for you to try and upgrade a Minecraft structure. Now, obviously, as you can see, I chose a jungle temple as a demonstration of that.
Dio, What are you doing? What are you doing?
Hi.
You told me we're gonna tour it together.
Oh, yeah, you know what? Come with me. I'll take the lead on this one since you showed them the greenhouse. So on this section right here, I don't even know what to call this, but you have this. This is like the are you okay? You okay? As I was saying, all right, this is like sort of the entrance of the build, right? This is the lower floor. And you have even like this sort of like sewer system that goes nowhere.
Nowhere.
There's a reason why it's blocked, everyone. And right here, in the center room, we have a nice little fountain, which I think it looks amazing. And right next to it, tell us, Sarah, what we have here.
Okay, so here, some ceiling crumbled on the floor and it made this beautiful pond. And do you know what's the best part? It's because I made it, okay? What do you think?
And right here, if we go up the stairs, all right? If we go up the stairs, guess what we'll find?
Storage!
How did you know? Oh,
I
there's a
don't know,
sign.
because-
Okay.
Oh, it looks so nice though. Oh, and what do we have here, dear?
Here we have a nice little pond on the top porch, and honestly this build is filled with little rooms and sections like this one for you to discover or just to use as inspiration in case you choose to download the world.
That was really nice seeing you, but I think I'm actually gonna go.
Oh,
Yep.
all right.
Bye.
Well, I guess that's it. All these builds plus more are available on my Patreon both for Java and Bedrock, and I would like to say a special thanks not only to my friends who had no clue what they had just signed up for, but also my lovely supporters on Patreon. That's right. See, you see all these people? Yeah, they're cool people. I love these people. You can be one too. Okay, I'll just stop now. Watch this video next, I guess, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Peace. I'm out.